If you have not seen any of the Clerks films, don't worry. This film is the making of that first film. What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about Clerks III, the new Kevin Smith film that really wraps up the whole Clerks trilogy. And if you are a fan of the first two Clerks films, you are going to have a lot of fun with this film because Jeff and Brian do not miss a beat while they're playing Dante and Randall. That was the best chemistry that I've seen in a long while, and if I had to rank my top 10 favorite friendships in a movie, those will probably be in the top 5, and they bring that spark back into this film, and I really enjoyed this film for the most part. I think a lot of the humor is fantastic. Some of it hits, some of it doesn't, but you really get that chemistry back. It wasn't just lightning in the bottle, it was more of a friendship in a bottle, and I really enjoyed the friendship that these two friends had, and that carries into this film. 16 years later. That was a lot of fun to see, and it really does bring those nostalgic feelings. If you grew up watching the Clerks films, Clerks 1 and Clerks 2, then you're going to be having that really nostalgia hit, and there was a lot more heart than I actually anticipated there would be in this film, because essentially there is a pop culture reference every 5 seconds that if you're not really into those types of films, you're really not going to enjoy this film at all, because it is layered on top of pop culture reference, on top of pop culture reference, on top of pop culture reference, and so it's every single 5 seconds, and from time to time it does get a little bit degrading and self-indulgent, but I really enjoyed it for the most part. I thought most of the humor did land, and you really do see the chemistry between Jeff and Brian really shine in this film. They have really not lost a beat over the last 27 years in total from the first two films. Wasn't a fan of the choices that they made in this film for certain reasons, but by the time that we got to the ending, it actually had an emotional punch as to why they made that choice, and I thought it was a fantastic choice. A lot of the humor does hit, a lot of the humor does misses, but I really enjoyed this film for what this film was and what this film tried to convey. Trevor Furman as Elias does not miss a beat. I thought he was so funny in this film. I think he was a lot more funnier in this film than he was in Clerks 2, but there were some moments with him that really felt like it was stretched out a little bit too long. If you grew up watching those two Clerks movies, you're going to have a lot of that nostalgic feeling, and that really shines in with the film within the film that they are trying to make, because essentially the film that they are trying to make is the first film just told in the eyes of Randall, and I didn't mind that. I thought that was pretty fun. If you have seen Jay and Silent Bob's reboot, then it's essentially the same film, but I really enjoyed this film for what this film was. It was funny, it was charming. I really liked the addition of Rosario Dawson coming back. I like what they did with her character. At first I wasn't a big fan, but then as we got towards the ending of the film, I was really pleased by the way that they took her character, and it was just really nice seeing her, because when you see her in Clerks 2, she has just a charming presence, and you feel that geek girl coming to life, and throughout the entire film, I thought she was the best part. She's not in Clerks 3 as much, but she does make a really good impression, and she really is a lot of fun in this film. I really enjoyed her. I really enjoyed the cameos in this film. It was just a lot of fun, and this film definitely won't be for everybody, but if you are a fan of Kevin Smith's films, if you are a fan of Jay and Silent Bob or any of the Clerks films, then you're going to have a lot of fun with this film. There is an underlining message in this film that I don't want to get into, but I really enjoyed this film. There were a lot of tears that I had, mostly from the nostalgic feeling of seeing that first film a couple of days ago, but you still feel that nostalgic feeling for these characters, and I think that is what shined the most in this film. If you have not seen any of the Clerks films, you might not really enjoy this film as much because it is pop culture reference after pop culture reference. It's going to be a hassle to get through if you are not that kind of person. but I think if you are a fan of the series, you will enjoy this film no matter what. So I would say overall I would give it a stream it, because it is a lot of fun. It's not as funny or as charming as the first two films, but I really enjoyed this for what this film was. It was really funny, it was charming, and I really enjoyed what they were going for. But right now they are holding a Fathom event for this film up until Sunday, I believe. I'm not sure if it's going to be like that for every theater, but at least in my Cinemark chain, they are doing it until Sunday. So if you did run out to see it at a Fathom event, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Or if you're not really all that interested, let me know why, or let me know your favorite Jay and Silent Bob or Clerks scene. Go ahead and drop those thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.